Hello, my name is Erika, and today is Sunday, the 31st of May, 2026. Here's the news and trending stories from the past week. Our lead story: Florida. Blue Origin, the rocket company owned by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, suffered a catastrophic malfunction at its launch site at Cape Canaveral. During a test of its New Glenn, the company reported that the vessel encountered an anomaly after the rocket exploded on the pad. The explosion is estimated to have had 1/5 the force of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima during World War II. Fortunately, no personnel were injured or killed during the explosion. However, the launch pad was completely destroyed and damage was reported to other Blue Origin facilities in the area. Estimates are that it may take up to 1 year to restore just the pad to functionality. The mishap strikes at an inopportune time for Blue Origin. Its main competitor, Elon Musk's SpaceX, is set to IPO on June 12th at a record-setting $1.8 trillion valuation. Additionally, SpaceX just completed another milestone test of its heavy launch vehicle called Starship. The disaster will allow SpaceX to further cement its lead in the rapidly growing commercial rocket industry. Now to other global stories. France. Riots broke out in numerous cities across the country following the victory of PSG over Arsenal in the Champions League. Hundreds were injured and hundreds more arrested by French police, dozens of whom were injured as well. The French Interior Minister has promised that a firm response will be continued to maintain order in the country. Lebanon. The war between Hezbollah and Israel in the country continues. Israel has made its deepest advance into Lebanon in over a quarter century. This includes capturing a historic Crusader castle that sits atop a strategic mountain in the south of the country. Iran. The ceasefire between the country and the United States continues to exist in name only. Both countries traded numerous strikes across the Persian Gulf this week. Each belligerent continues to comment that they are approaching a lasting peace deal. However, these statements have been ongoing for weeks as the current ceasefire has deteriorated. Romania. An apartment building in Galați was struck by what the Romanians are claiming was a Russian drone. Suicide drones have become incredibly commonplace on the battlefield in neighboring Ukraine. The strike caused a fire in the building and injured 2. Moving on to the United States. Washington, D.C. A man was killed after engaging in a gun battle with police and Secret Service outside the White House. Only one additional injury was reported, and the suspect has been identified as having a history of mental illness. Texas. The federal government detained 6 Chinese nationals attempting to cross the border illegally in the vicinity of Eagle Pass. The men had military haircuts and clothing and have been classified as special interest aliens by the U.S. Additional information about the men has not been provided by the government at this time. California. Governor Gavin Newsom is threatening to levy a 100% tax on any Californian who receives a payout from the Trump administration's anti-weaponization fund. The move has inspired other Democratic governors to follow suit. The legality of whether a 100% excise tax can be implemented is open to question and will likely be challenged itself in court. Now to economics and finance. Numerous large companies are scaling back their employees' use of AI. These include Microsoft, Meta, and Uber. The companies are citing the massive costs associated with employee usage of the technology for little commensurate productivity. The reports raise questions about whether AI will be commercially viable once customers must cover the full costs, which thus far have been borne by investors on Wall Street. Ending with culture and entertainment. Los Angeles. Spencer Pratt, the insurgent candidate for Los Angeles mayor, released a 5-point plan to combat animal abuse should he be elected to the post. Pratt released a video on the topic, promising to save the animals, saying, quote, "Dog is just God spelled backwards. They share an unconditional love for mankind." That's the news and trending stories. I'm Erika from Sunday Nyte Live. See you Wednesday.